Just a warning before I begin. All my jokes tonight are in first person. Timmy would like to apologize for those who prefer third person. Timmy doesn't want them to get their hopes up. My name's Timmy Booth. My family hasn't been trusted on a balcony since the Civil War era. Some kid asked me if these glasses were real. I think it's because of my generally fashionable demeanor. But even though he was wearing skinny jeans, I didn't question whether or not his wheelchair was prescription. That asshole. No, just because he's young and can't walk, that doesn't grant him a glowing personality. I've always wondered about the extreme of that. Like, what about sociopathic paraplegics? This looks like the work of Jack the Limper. How can you tell? He never leaves any footprints, just these two parallel lines. Speaking of unfortunate wheels, I drive a Ford Taurus. The least sexual vehicle since the caboose. And if you want to fight me on that, try telling a girl she has a nice caboose. I'm more likely to bring a whole girl home on my handlebars. And I require training wheels. Ford had to stop making the Taurus because everyone that would have bought them failed to reproduce and died. I have a slogan for Ford. Taurus. Astronomically a bull. Automotively a platypus. I got my hair cut. You might be wondering why you gotta go and cut your hair. It's because I was getting rejected from jobs I hadn't even applied to. I got an email that said, "Dear Mr. Booth, we regret to inform you that we would like to thank you in advance for not burdening us with your resume. You hippie. Sincerely, HR. Hair restrictors." And I'm more surprised than anyone that I let my hair grow that long because I'm afraid of commitment. Anyone here have a VCR? That's commitment. VCRs, or as I like to call them, Space Jam players, are so obsolete. They're so obsolete, burglars will leave a stack of them in your living room. Your DVD player is a VCR. Your Blu-ray player is a VCR. Your son doesn't know what a VCR is. And when your son doesn't know what it is, how is he supposed to program it? If you couldn't tell, I'm kind of a badass. I cracked my neck once, and I'm still alive. Didn't work. I walked in the outdoor. Yeah, it was intense. I had a minor orgasm. I should have gone the other way though, because then I had to walk through the entire store with ejaculate in my pants. I lived next to a church, but I still look at porn. They haven't found out that I'm stealing their internet. I do pray, though, every day that no one from that church sees me telling this joke. Anyone here heard of the avant-garde composition 4 minutes and 33 seconds by John Cage?
Yeah.
I dare someone to come up with a more difficult premise than that. For a joke. So this is a song, 4 minutes and 33 seconds of silence performed in front of an audience. The whole time I was just picturing mimes battling. And it was fantastic. Until it got stuck in my head. I know it's stuck in my head because every 4 minutes and 33 seconds I hear a guy clear his throat. Like, he couldn't wait for art. Like, I bet he would cough during a eulogy. I was hoping someone would cough or clear their throat. Oh, there we go. Very funny. I do have a girlfriend. Surprising. But it's long distance. We just got into a long distance thing, ladies. And now the only way we communicate is over the phone. And she has kind of a high-pitched voice, so it's like I'm dating the world's smartest 8-year-old. We got into an argument the other day. She said she was sick of me pushing her around. I told her I was sick of her pushing me around. So we decided we're never entering another wheelbarrow race. Some advice. If you do go on a date, don't go to the Olive Garden. Because when you're there, you're family. And if you do go, don't order the incesticini Alfredo. Soup, salad, and incest. My friend was a state champion of wrestling in high school. He pinned a guy to the ground so well that the state gave him a ring. And gay marriage is illegal. He was an inspiration to me. He bullied us, and he was the first one of us to have a kid. He taught me, you can lick someone's arm to get out of a headlock. But there's no one's arm you can lick to get out of wedlock. Which brings us to this pun segment of our evening. I saw a robot watching TV. It was really good programming. Have you ever noticed friends of yours that are adopted, they don't really click socially? It's because no matter what they do, they'll always have a faux pas. What's that? I'm a gay wad? Imaginary midget. Get real. And grow up. Be born. Learn to play the harp, teach someone else to play the harp, and die. It's the menstrual cycle. That was the pun equivalent of a period piece. And that concludes our pun segment. I learned that the sound you hear when a cricket chirps is its mating call. It's the male trying to find a mate. So with that in mind, this is what would happen if a cricket switched places with a bad comedian. Thanks, folks. Jiminy humans, you've been great tonight. On the way here, I got pulled over, but I got out of it. The cop told me cricket or ticket.
Where the bitches at? Where the bitches at?
Which reminds me, my grandmother, but just because she's young and can't walk, old and can't walk, that was the worst callback in history. She used to tell me that I would never amount to a hill of beans, but that's a lot of beans. She used to say, time heals all wounds, but that was before Pap Pap's hunting accident. She said, to make an omelet, you gotta crack a few eggs. She was always really vague with her instructions. But I love my grandma. She's a real mom's mom. Thank you, guys.